Well, this summer for me was an absolute bust. Being up here in the Pacific Northwest with all the smoke and everything going on, I didn't get a chance to do any prospecting, and I really don't have high expectations of finding much around here. It's not really a kind of a gold country where I'm at, but I found a little bit before. Had some new areas I wanted to try, but with the hot summer wildfires, it just didn't really pan out. So my wife for my birthday ordered me some pay dirt. We had ordered from a handful of places when I was originally learning how to gold pan. I kind of wanted to learn how first from stuff that I knew had gold in it. And what was fun about the Roaring Camp Gold is it wasn't seeded. At least they don't. It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be just gold bearing pay dirt that they've screened down, and you go through it. So I've done it before. It was fun just because it felt like a little more legitimate. I do know that the dirt itself was incredibly dirty. As I was going through the pan, couldn't really see much. Even a sluice was just really dirty. So I thought what I'd do is I'm going to dump the dirt into the bucket, keep the bucket in there, and we're just going to run a whole bunch of water over it to rinse it out. And then once it's rinsed out, I can kind of leisurely go through, pan it, have a good visibility of what I'm doing with it. So what I'll do for this video is I'll just show a couple phases as we go. I'm not going to film going through the whole bag. It's a pretty big bag. But at the very end, at least, I'll close it off with how much I find, and we'll weigh it, and we'll see what that is worth at today's prices against what I paid for it. So this will take a little bit, but I'll just kind of film this as I go. So I just dumped the dirt into this bucket, and I saw this right here. It's a twig. So, I guess that's what makes this feel a little more legitimate, I guess, than somebody just going in and sticking a shovel in a dirt pile and seeding in the gold. Okay, so what I did is I rinsed the bag out, dumped it in there, and then I'm just basically letting the hose rinse this dirt out. You can see, it's pretty dirty dirt, which is fine. If you were doing this with like a sluice in a creek, it'd be fine, or anything, but I'm most likely going to be doing this in my garage, maybe, at night, drink a beer, and I'll either be just recycling water out of a tub, or I'll do a recirculating sluice. So this makes that kind of dirty water, makes that a little harder. So all I do is I got the hose shoved into the bottom. It's going to churn the dirt. The dirty water is going to come to the top. If any rocks or anything that's gold bearing come out of the bucket with the force of the hose, you can kind of see it rolling. Well, that's going to land in the tub, and now as the tub's starting to fill out, that's going to go through and wash out. So what I'll do is once the bucket quits producing dirt, I'll quit, and I'll make sure when I dump the tub to do it slowly, so that if there is any dirt or anything that came out, whoops, I can capture that right back in. So I don't know how long that'll take, but once it's done, then I will finally have the clean dirt to play with. And there it goes. With gold being so much heavier than water, there's no way at this point that any gold is flowing out with that. That's just too soft of a screen. And with the bottom of the bucket and bottom of this black barrel, there's just no way any gold's getting out. Okay, it took a little bit, but that was what I was looking for. If the neighbors are watching me, they probably think I've lost my marbles washing my rocks, but now our dirt is clean. We have clean dirt. Okay, so this is what's left. I'm willing to bet that all the gold is there, and there shouldn't be any gold here. This stuff's really shiny. I see some pirate in it. This is like a, I don't know if I want to say clay, but mud. This is what was mixed in. So I think what I might do on this one is, I don't know if I even really want to pan this, but I do want to be thorough. So what I might do is just set up my mini sluice, and instead of doing a recirculate, I might just hook it up to the hose and run it through it just to make sure. Picked this little thing up at one of the local gold shows. Pretty simple. Rain gutter with some riffle material. Normally I've got this set to recirculating pump, so I'm used to it. For water pressure, for the hose, I just hooked up the garden hose, and I got it where I think it'll work. And so what it is, I leveled it out. It's 2 foot long, so I dropped the front end by 2 inches, just using the simple 1 inch drop per foot rule. And then I will just go through here and grab this mess, and just run it through just to make sure that I'm not missing anything. But as I said before, I do not anticipate finding any gold out of this tub. Well, I went through that whole tub, and right at the end, I wasn't expecting it. You saw that little guy. So what I do is I got a pan. I always stand this thing upright inside of a pan rinse it out, I'll do that, and then we'll see if that actually is something. So even though gold is so much heavier, that stuff was really sticky, and so depending on how the washing is going, it's very easy for something to get attached to it. So that piece is pretty small, so I'll find out. Okay, that is how much black sand and gold was in there, and there is, I moved around a little bit, there is a little bit. So you can see a lot of really small pieces. So I'm not going to be this detailed with the rest of the bag. One of the reasons why I did this one this way is because that was a lot of dirt from that bag that came out from the hose. So anyway, I will, here it is, and some little friends. So I'll tap this ever so gently, get a little more black sand out, and then I'm gonna grab it with a snuffer bottle. And then the snuffer bottle I won't empty until I've done the entire bag, the rest of the contents, and then weigh it up. Okay, so I'm a little past midway here, and I've been doing some panning and sluicing into this little sluice box. And as you can see in here, obviously, there are pieces. I think the phone's actually doing a good job of picking up all of those really small pieces. I don't know how well it's going to pick up. I've suctioned up some. You're not going to see it in there, but I'll show it when we're done. So I've just been panning some in the tub and running the sluice through on some of it just to capture them, and I'll show that here real quick. A little bit of a challenge to get this thing to focus the way I want. But, you know, hang out, drink a beer. I've been letting my wife do a handful. She's probably gone through 20 to 30 little scoops from the spoon. Let's go through here and see if we can't find any more pieces as we go. And just did it recently. Really what this is a cleanup sluice. So if you could go out, do some prospecting, and bring home some concentrates, this is perfect for that. But the focus on it, black sand is concentrating up top. So I'll just keep going like this. That's how much left, and I'll do a final kind of weigh and measure as I got everything done, and then I'm going to reprocess everything one more time out of the tub. Don't expect to find anything big, but I'm sure I'll find little finds as I go, and then we'll weigh that up and see what the grand total was out of the bag. Right now I'm trying to get those last little specks of dirt out of the pan before I can weigh it, and it takes forever to get that last little bit out and not lose the gold, so gonna be a while. Okay, I just finished the final cleanup of the first go round. I'm trying to get it to focus here. There we go. You can kind of see the variety in here. Sorry, I should have put a coin in there. I'll stick my finger here in a second, but I'm pretty happy just for using a pan how well I was able to clean that out and retain some pretty small pieces. There we go. So this is the tinier Garrett pan. There's my thumb. Let's put it down. So there's a size reference for you of what was in there. So I will go through, get this dried, weighed, and then what I'll do is I'll drain this tub and run all the dirt again through the sluice. This time no hand panning. I probably hand panned half that and then let some family members and my wife kind of pan and scoop into it. So it was fun for everybody. We had a little bit of birthday party. Everybody got to try a little bit of gold panning with dirt that we knew contained gold, and that made it fun. So I'll get this cleaned up, weigh it, we'll see what the value is against what I paid for the bag, and then we'll close it out with a final cleanup, and we'll probably find a couple small pieces, but hopefully not too much. So of all the things to do, I managed to delete the video I had done of weighing this out. However, thankfully I found a picture of how much it weighed. It came in at 0.55 grams. And so based on today's value of about $1,275 an ounce, that's a rounded $22 in gold. And so the bag cost me much more than that, but that's about a third recovery. I want to say the bag cost around $65 delivered. So let's go back to the sluice and see how much more I find on the second cleanup. Okay, I just finished running the dirt for a second time. This time it was only through the sluice, and let's get to focus. That is what I missed on the first go through. So, maybe just really that one piece. I wish that hadn't gotten passed through the last time, but overall I'm pretty happy with what I'm seeing in here because I'm not seeing anything big. So from here I'll rinse it into a pan and get it down, and we'll see if this is a measurable amount on my scale. Okay, I got the final part of the last cleanup done, dried, and separated, and we're sitting at 0.015 grams. I'm actually fine with most of those, except for that little bit bigger one right there. I wish that would have been caught the first time through, but again, I was letting other people besides myself try it out. So let's see what that's worth. Okay, so 0.015 at current day value is 45 cents.